Writing in the discipline of health, leisure, and exercise science can be one of the harder fields to write in. Language has to be clear, and you have to use extremely clever reasoning and logic to get information relayed in a presentable manner. Usually written for the people that are familiar to the field, it also targets a broad audience, such as students and the average reader. In this field, the typical types of writings are research papers, literature reviews, books, journal articles, medical documentation, dissertations, reviews, and abstracts. Medical documentation, books, journal articles, abstracts, and reviews are generally reserved for people in the profession, while research papers, literature reviews, and dissertations will be mostly seen by students aspiring to be in the field or completing an assignment. While most of these are common ground for an average college student, one of these inherently shows the expertise and knowledge of the writer. Dissertations aren't written by the average student, but by one who is pursuing a doctorate degree, which is usually a requirement. A dissertation is a lengthy essay, averaging around 200 to 250 pages, roughly around 5 to 6 chapters, with an average of 40 to 60 pages each chapter. While this sounds intimidating, dissertations are worked on for months, even years. It is wild to believe that it can be done in one sitting. Down in the description below, there is a site that you can click on. It will take you to a page that has finished dissertations done by students who are now medical doctors. They are medical dissertations, and they're really good to look at if you're going into the field, just to get some examples. Reviews and abstracts are usually done by examining other works done by other professionals, and it's a way for the writer of the abstract or review to input their own ideas. It is known that these types of writing lack creativity and lack the engagement of the reader, but it makes up for it with information. On the screen right now, there is a medical record example that I found online. It shows a sufficient way and an insufficient way of entering medical records. If you do not do it sufficiently, the medical record is returned, and you would have to review it before you turn it in again. Insufficient, there's not a lot of detail there. It just shows primary key points. Sufficient has a lot of details and those primary points, just to put that out there. Ideas and topics used for the fabrication of these types of writing needed to be found through sorts of ways. These ways are data collection procedures, data smoothing, experimental models, data calculations, data analysis, qualitative and quantitative research. All these are types of getting information for the styles of writing that pertain to the discipline of writing in the health field. The data collection procedure is the overview for the others. The others are the outliers of this procedures. Experimental model is basically due to physical models made through experimentation. Data calculation and data analysis go hand in hand. Basically means what it says, taking information and quantifying it for numerical values and analyzed after the fact. Qualitative and quantitative research. Qualitative is usually exploratory for a specific evidence, while quantitative is used to quantify information to gain numerical values rather than specific situations. In these forms of writing, citation is done by the APA style. APA is a style of citation that has a set of rules and guidelines that a writer must take to make sure that the presentation is clear and consistent. For that reason, this is why these types of writings use this style, because of the simple fact that the information needs to be relayed in a clear, consistent way. Down in the description below, there is a link that will take you to a site that has various APA styles, the definition and examples that you can work off later. All the examples are linked in the description of this video. The dissertation example, the medical record example, and the APA style example are all linked at the bottom. Thank you.